Okay, I'm going to show you how to search for books and journal articles using the Pioneer Library. Actually, any sort of source, how to narrow your source to search for certain types of sources. So first of all, you want to log in to the Pioneer Library, and each year the login changes, so make sure you know what your login is for that year by checking your course. Okay, the first thing you want to do is go to EBSCO for high school. There are lots of different places to search that might be useful for other things too that you can look around on, but we're going to search EBSCO for high schools. The next thing you want to do is simply choose all databases. If you know you want something out of one of these particular databases, that's fine, but it's easiest to search all databases. Then a new tab is going to open up, and what I find most effective is to select all databases. So that's going to select everything and search everything that they have. Then continue. The next thing you want to do is make sure that you're searching for full text articles. Otherwise, you may just be getting a citation for a resource and not the full text. You want to be able to read the whole text. So search that and then type your search words here. And we're going to do an example from a student that is researching fake news, which is somewhat of a, sorry, fake news in social media. So if you notice, I typed in fake news, and then EBSCO has narrowed it down to specific topics within that um, that general topic. So that can be really helpful to narrow down your search. So search, and then you have 1,700 sources here. So that might be kind of overwhelming. If you'll notice here, the different source types are listed: periodical, newspaper. For the first assignment, if you want to look for a book, you need to go to source types and narrow by the type of source you want to look for. For the assignment that asks you to look for a book or a government document, um, a report will also work as a book. So for this one, look, there's no books on it, but there are reports and one government document. So you can update your search, and then you will find sources here. So that's narrowed it down to 4 different sources. So that's a lot more manageable to look through. If the student really wants a book, and in this case there isn't one because fake news in social media is a rather new topic. It's been just since the Trump-Clinton campaign where it's become a real important topic in our news. You may want to broaden your search out to something like propaganda media, and then search, and then narrow that down to books, and you can see that there's 5 books there. So sometimes by backing up your topic and making it more broad, you're going to be able to find those books, because book is a really general source. So you can back it up and then find different books there. Avoid this Funken Wagnalls. Actually, this one isn't. Actually, this one looks good. But avoid this New World Encyclopedia of Funken Wagnalls for this assignment. That's way too broad, and that's not going to count. Even though it comes up in that search, don't use it. So this would be the one that you'd want to use. Now let's say you want to go back to your and look for journal articles about fake news in social media. Go back to your search, and again choose the type of source that you want to look for, and that would be academic journals. Remember, there's a difference between a journal and a magazine. You don't want magazines. Those are, again, too general. They're kind of fun to read, but they're not useful for academic papers. So look for an academic journal and then update your search. And you'll see 28 academic journals here. And again, make sure it's full text. You can also limit to scholarly or peer-reviewed journals, and those are going to be the most credible sources, because peer-reviewed journals means that the people that wrote them have sent it out to their peers or other experts to review and make sure that they're credible and trustworthy. So that's a really great way. So you can see lots of sources on fake news. To limit your source for later, a later assignment for when you want newspaper, you can do that as well. Oh, you'll have to uncheck that, yeah. You can limit your search to, oh, sorry. You can limit your search by publication date to get more up-to-date sources. And then, oh, here we go, source types. You can choose just newspapers, which for this topic, you're going to find a ton because it's huge in the news right now. So that's a way to limit your sources and find sources that will be useful to you for your assignments, for your research assignments. I hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.